Hello, this is Topolgim, and today we're going to talk about bad quality cycle. It sadly is a cycle that repeats a lot. That's very common. That we probably all have seen it several times, but still repeats. So it's worth recognizing what stage your work area or your process area, maybe even your life might be, and so you can start taking corrective actions depending on what cycle, what stage of the cycle you're on. Maybe as a company, you might be on, inspections increase, but your work area already experienced people are quitting. So it's worthwhile talking and just thinking about these stages and all these bad signs and know how to recognize them and how to read them and perhaps turn things around. Number one, quality. When quality goes down, that would be stage number one. That's the one that causes everything else. Inspections increase. I mean, that's easy. That's tied up. Your quality goes down, your inspections have to increase. If a machine was giving you 99 good parts and one defective part, maybe your inspection were not as high as if it's giving you 50-50. Uh, your time per process is obviously going to increase because now instead of producing, let's say, 100 good pieces an hour, you produce only 80 good pieces an hour and 20 defectives. So that means in order for you to build 100, you're going to have to work for, I don't know, an hour and 10, an hour 15, or 20 minutes, whatever the math is. So your time per process is going to increase, which increases your cost, basically. Time is money, so it pulls more resources to build a certain amount of parts. And, well, that um, is not good for the bottom line, obviously. Uh, Obviously, when that happens, when you're spending more money to produce the same amount of products or services or whatever, the number of meetings is going to increase. And in those meetings are not usually effective. Uh, and having too many meetings is not even efficient. And it doesn't allow you or allow everybody else to be effective. And obviously, the pointing fingers increase. And that's a really, really, really bad sign. So basically, unprofessionalism is going to increase. We stop being respectful and we stop uh, attacking the problem and we start attacking the person and being disrespectful and creating just a bad environment. So, not good either. Experienced people quit. That's the other one. Basically, your good people start leaving because good, valuable people, they don't have to take any of this. They don't have to take the pointing fingers. They don't have to do, to sit in useless meetings. They are not used to very inefficient processes, to high level of inspections, and to low quality. They don't like their name to be tied down with this senseless, useless stuff. They're very valuable, and they just, if they see a better opportunity, they will go. When that happens, a lot of your know-how is going to go, and that's going to leave you with very um, uh, afraid, limited, and obviously inexperienced people trying to manage. And because they don't have experience, they don't know how to do it, they don't understand, the micromanagement is going to increase. And that is really bad. That's an inverted way of managing things in a company. You want experienced people guiding and giving advice and giving direction and giving tools to less experienced people so and we all learn, everybody learns, and it's a positive cycle instead of a bad cycle, a virtuous cycle instead of a vicious cycle. Perhaps the best way to, or one of the ways that micromanagement could be better understood as a negative trait or a negative characteristic is John Maxwell's book of Five Levels of Leadership. And one key point about John Maxwell's book is that he talks about having five levels of leadership from the very very bottom, the boss that they just gave him power or gave her power and everybody has to obey and he doesn't have a clue, all the way up to the fifth level, which is, Mahatma Gandhi level. But let's say, just to illustrate, let's say you are on level 3 of management. According to Maxwell's, I don't remember the definitions or anything like that, but let's say you're on level 3 and your boss is on level 2. So one key point on that is that if your boss is in a lower level than you, he won't be able to recognize that you are at a higher level. He will never understand. He's not equipped. He hasn't put in the time. He doesn't have the tools. He doesn't care. His world is smaller than yours. His window is smaller than yours. He's looking at his big picture, but not your big picture, which is bigger than his. And therefore, he has to micromanage. He will say things like, you are a procrastinator, maybe. You plan too much. You don't do much. Well, it's because you are connecting thousands of dots before making a decision, as just him is just connecting maybe 10 dots. He's not equipped, he doesn't know. So he's micromanaging, and basically you have to obey, you have to follow, or whatever. Not a very good way, an efficient environment. uh, that's kind of a micromanagement in a nutshell. Sorry. The other one is customer complaints obviously increase. When customer complaints increase, basically you're at the end of the bad quality cycle. That already reached the customer is so obvious that it make it all the way over there. You couldn't have your stuff together. You couldn't hold your team accountable. You couldn't give them tools. You couldn't give them the right tools. You couldn't keep the machinery in check. And all of that led to the customer noticing your bad quality. And that's bad. You are basically compromising credibility of your brand, whatever that is, a service or a product. And it's just not a good day for anybody. I hope this was of value to you. I hope you know and recognize these stages of the bad quality cycle. We've all lived through some variation of this, maybe in a smaller scale, maybe a very subtle um, cycle, but still a bad quality cycle. And hopefully, by recognizing this, we can be able to put countermeasures in place and turn it around and make it into a good quality cycle. Well, this is Top King. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.